Hello, welcome to Rome Total War, my Numidia campaign. Sexy battles, Jim here. Okay, here's what I've been up to for the last few turns. No war. Take a look at the diplomacy thing here. We have an ally, we of the House of Scipii. Kind of interesting. And financially, it's still not that great, but not that bad. I have to maintain a giant, too big. Oh, my army's just a bit too big right now. I gotta tone it down real quick, but there's a reason for it. Anyway, back to what I'm building here. Use these diplomats out here to intercept barbarian armies. Over here, we did that earlier, and these two guys here, I believe, were standing on the road out here intercepting my trade, so I bought them off. And then some Carthaginians landed over here, and I paid them off too. Wasn't a very big army, but it was enough to start making me worry me just a bit. And here you go. Our faction leader is still alive. That's amazing. Wow, guys, pretty cool. Hanging in there. Okay, over here we have a small garrison force, and it looks kind of scary. Oh boy! But these guys right here are my allies. I have a trade agreement with the Carthaginians and with the House of Julii, and with of course, Scipii guys, and with the Senate too, with the capital, Roman capital. So we have a trade agreement with them too. Tongue-tied. Okay, what was really worrying me was these guys right here. That's a massive army. It seems to have garrisoned itself in a fort over here between the Greeks and the Romans. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Okay, we're going to wait until the assassin is recruited. We're going to land him over here. I'm going to try to knock this guy out. And if I can do that, maybe I can buy this army off, or at least render it leaderless for the time being. And they're still pretty strong. I believe they have, I'm sure they have this town over here, because they hold the port. Okay, back to the Roman era. Okay, we marched up and down the peninsula with a diplomat. And we've spotted some towns, and we're just taking a look around. So I believe what I'm going to do is try to go ahead and eventually invade over here. There's a ship down there. We haven't been able to build a port yet. But it'll show up soon enough. Still a little bit worried about my finances. Now the real bugaboo down here is this. This is rather frightening. And it caught me off guard. I've been holding on to this town for quite a while, and about 3 or 4 turns ago, I sent out this peasant unit down this road here. I spotted these guys moving up here. So I moved the peasant unit right in front of them, and they moved around it. So I moved another one out of here and intercepted them like this. Here, and then here, and then now here. So I've been slowing them down in their inexorable march toward this weak little town. And this is a mighty army. That has me very worried. So what I'm doing here is I've mustered what I could pull out of my capital and the other 2 cities up there, and my garrison force. I put this little army together here. We're going to land it right here. And let's see, where's that agent at? Diplomat. We're going to try to talk to these jokers. And we're going to go ahead and move up here. And well, we'll deal with him later. But the whole point is that either I'm going to have to fight these guys, or maybe I can buy them off on the next turn. You can see it's now 259, so I spent a couple of years here building up the infrastructure of my country, and like I said, I have decent finances, but they're not looking that great. As you can see here, move this diplomat down here. I'm going to buy off these auxiliary troops, savages, and then we'll go ahead and take out this single unit with this little troop here. And we are making some money, but still, I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping that these builds here will add to my to my financial gain. We're doing okay. I need to get another commander into this town. I don't have one. I decided to move this guy down here to try to increase the city's value. And we should probably build, I don't know if I need to build a barracks down here. I think I'll get all this stuff more or less centralized up here. Okay, I guess we're about ready for the next turn here. I'll leave these guys on this bridge here. I don't know if they're moving back in town. I'm not really worried about these cats over here. I was going to buy them off, but I want to wait and see down here on the next turn if I have to fight these guys or if I can maybe bribe them off. So let's see what happens. Oh, they moved. Look at that. Oh boy, they moved. There they are, up on the hill. They sure are. They're going to try to get me. Oh man. It won't be bought. Well, this is bad. Okay, let me think about this for a little while. Looks like our finances are doing okay. Can't be bought, huh? Alliance. Well, maybe an alliance. I wonder if they'll take an alliance. Well, what do you know about that? Oh, hallelujah. Maybe they'll turn their happy asses around and leave. An alliance with okay, that way I don't have to fight them, and I don't have to pay them off. Well, I call that a pretty good bit of maneuvering. Alright, but we're going to stay here for the time being and make sure they split. Okay, and we're not going to disband him just yet. Not just yet. Not until we make sure that these Egyptian cats have bailed out. But since we're allied to them, they may want to move into my territory. But that's okay. We'll see. Okay, let's take a look over here. And we have the assassin. Okay, we'll go ahead and maneuver him up north. And we have new port and temple. These temples right here are pretty cool. They add to public order and they improve your farms too. That's very nice. So I guess I'll build a sewer system here pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and maybe call this maybe a turn here. I'm not sure. Need to look around, make sure everything's in order. Ooh, something's happening on the television over there. Alright, so far things are looking okay. I wonder why they're landing people over here. I may go ahead and buy all these Romans off just to be done with them, so they're not hanging around, and that way they won't make any mischief. Let's see how much they want. 1,200, huh? They're expensive devils. I'll have to think about that. Okay. Let's take the finance for next turn. Ah, we are going to make some money. So building a lot of these projects are starting to pay off. Okay. The end of turn looked pretty good. Well, it wasn't red. That's hallelujah. So I made it 12 years into the game, and this will be part of turn 3. It may be the whole thing. I'm not sure yet if I want to send this in as an entire turn. But I'm not at war with anyone, and I just outmaneuvered, hopefully, the Egyptians down here. Like I said, I'm going to stay here and see what they do. I think I'll move this diplomat down their direction. Maybe what we'll do is, yeah, we'll maneuver the boat over here, and then we'll play catch up with the diplomat. And I probably should put a couple guys in front of him here. Where's that weak unit at? Okay. Let's see. You can only move to here, approximately, so it's back with you, Egyptian. You're now an ally, so go away. And, yeah. So we'll start marching those guys back eventually. Let's see if this guy does any good here. No, not really. Oh well. And, up here, there's this assassin. We want to stick him in this boat. We want to drop him off over here. Use him to try to assassinate the, oh boy, a real good chance of killing him. But we're going to do it anyway. That's for the boat. We're going to move it back down here. And then try to pick these guys up with it. This group of guys over here. Okay, let's look at the finances again. Okay, mining is nothing. We're not making a dime for mining, but farming is okay. The army upkeep is expensive for the time being. I may, like I said, tune it down a little bit, get rid of some units I don't need. Spain is becoming quite the tempting target, but Carthage is in the way here. The nearest Spanish town is over here, so I might launch some sort of attack across here. We'll see about that. These guys are still a little bit irritable, but maybe this temple will calm them down and help to increase trade and all that. Barracks, stables, practice range. We'll see about all this stuff later. And central town looks okay. We should build a sewer, yeah, that's at least something, and maybe a market too. That'll increase trade. Cool. We still have a nice nifty 10,000. The Egyptians are at bay. Well, not at bay, they're just not going to get in. Boy, they marched all the way over here too. That was an interesting little tactic by sticking those 2 peasant units in front of them on either side all the way up here. As they marched through, they didn't start a war with me. They kept trying to outmaneuver my guys, and it slowed them down long enough for me to drag these guys from here on a boat. They came down all the way from here, and they were sitting on this bridge over here, most of them, a couple of them down here and a few up here. And I was able to maneuver a boat down here, take all the cavalry, concentrate them here, embark them, and it took 2 or 3 turns to get them down here. So it's been a little while, but in that amount of time, by taking 2 peasant units, I was able to, let's see, I was out here when I detected them down around here. And so I moved the 1 unit down toward them, and then another unit out, and I started right around here, I believe, putting 1 unit in front, and on both sides, like here and here, just like that, with him in the middle, right out in front. And it slowed them down enough for me to bring in this relief army, and like I said, the agent, this guy, we should send him, well, we'll leave him with the army just because. Okay, well, it looks pretty good here. Let's see what these guys are doing. We can't construct or do anything. That's alright. But it is making some money, and the public order is okay. So it's paying for itself. and we did avert the crisis. It sure did. Excuse me about for clearing my throat there. Everything was looking pretty good up north there. I thought I was very clever making an alliance with the Romans and all those trade agreements with everybody, including the Carthaginians, until these guys showed up. That kind of threw a monkey wrench into stuff. But if the alliance holds up and they turn around and go away, yeah, we can go ahead and continue to build the empire. This is the last place to take here, and we will have secured the entire area. So wish me luck, and I don't know if this is going to be the end of turn 3, but it sure kind of looks like it. We'll see. We'll see. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and like I said, we'll see if this is the end or not. And I don't really like these Romans up here. I'm starting to really think I should buy them off, even though it may cost a few bucks. But just having them standing around here worries me. Put it that way. Even though they are allies, why are they here? Okay, here's the state. Here is the state of things. Oh boy. I used my diplomat here to buy off a Carthaginian army that landed. Didn't cost too much, just a couple of hundred. Wasn't a very big army either. And we're making some money now from these towns out here. We have a diplomat over here keeping track of this town. It even has some conscript troops in it. That's unusual. This is strange. Okay, well anyway, we'll get on with things here. You can see, like I said, I have diplomats here and there, trying to keep track of my trade routes to get rid of any goofball barbarian armies that sit there. I suggest that whenever you see a barbarian army sitting on your roads, get rid of it. And it really doesn't cost a lot to buy them off. They're pretty cheap. And sometimes they'll even join your troop. That was the case down here. We took this town by moving this diplomat down here, and right next to it there was a couple of troops, let's see, 2 peasant and 1 javelin unit, and they joined my side, and so I grouped them up with the other units I had in here, well, outside of the town, some cavalry units, javelin units, and just marched right in and took it for very small casualties. Of an auto fight for about 49 casualties, yes. And you can see that we moved the occupying troops out of there. We're moving them back over toward Egypt, and we're moving some assassins down here too. All that's for our ally here, who we have trade rights with, but they will not leave. They keep falling back and driving forward, falling back and driving forward. So I built a series of forts all around the place. And apparently, unless they're right next to a town, your ally is not going to be crazy enough to attack you. But if the computer does close in and sits next to one of your towns, alliances be damned. It'll move right in and take it. So we've been facing them down with this mobile army here. And if I have to, I can purchase some extra dudes, well, extra troops, haha, to face these guys down here. I don't think that they can really defeat me, because they're virtually footbound, except for these 2 archer units and their general. But that being said, over here we have another Egyptian army fishing around. It's not too big, but I'm not too keen on it. And there's some more stuff in their capital down there. And over here we're going to move this guy down here to take a look at our former town. It's still, look at that, it's still barbarian. Why the hell did they send that army all the way across the pond to try to attack me when they could have simply taken Siwa? Strange computer. Very strange. Okay, back up here. Now the situation with the Romans is kind of interesting. We're allied, believe it or not, with the Egyptians and with the House of Scipii. But I found that that every time they land one of their armies down here, I either try to buy them off or assassinate them, but you cannot buy your allies off, so I had to put together a group of assassins, and so here's what it looked like. The first assassination attempt was over here on this character, and it didn't work. And then our routine expanded from one of these guys over here, and a trade increase from that was over here. Excuse me. We got that guy, Lucius Scipio. We killed him. He had landed over here, right next to this town here, Carthage, and so we bumped him off. And the other two assassins, one of them got killed in the attempt, and this guy missed. But out of the three of them, there was three here, we were able to get off a decent attack on the Roman general, and we still maintain our alliance. Okay, over here, this has been worrying me to death, is this army. Like I said, I just pointed out that we tried to kill that guy earlier, but I'm just worried about these others. What I wanted to do was kill him off, and then maybe I could buy the army off or get rid of it with my diplomat. But that'll have to wait and see. And where are we? Back to here. Okay, we can take a look at the financial report. Looks pretty good. And diplomacy is nice. We have allies and no enemies. Okay, and there wasn't really anything to report for the last few years of the game here. Most of it was just building and making sure that no enemy armies landed and took hold anywhere around here. And all of this is infrastructure building. You see, I'm putting some stuff together here. I like the idea of an academy and things like that. I haven't built too much infrastructure for war, although I'm going to start doing that pretty soon. We're building a cavalry stable here because I do like horsemen. I like mobility. Okay, so that's going to be the way I approach this. And I did want to. The whole point of this down here, this really bugged the heck out of me. I feel like I'm hamstrung. Because this army right here was supposed to, by this time, well, a long time ago, be up here, invading Spain. But the Egyptians have kept me tied down here. So what I'm hoping to do is bring these assassins down here, a bunch more of them too. I got some marching down here. I'm going to try to get the ship back to them and embark them and bring them down here. I want to kill the commander, this guy. And then I can use the diplomat here to buy off the army, maybe even get join my troop. Okay, so let's see what the next turn looks like. Hopefully I'll go over 20. I want to see that. Well, it's the next turn. You can see we did okay. We have a recruitment report, some policemen, and I do believe we built some other stuff here. Yes, some nice infrastructure. And the after-turn report looks okay. We made a bit of bread. We went over 20, almost to 30. That's nice. Well, this up is all kind of self-explanatory. And you can see the Egyptians are still here. They didn't move away this time. Excuse me. And up here everything looks okay, except for another Roman unit has landed, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. I suggest that even allied or not, anytime an allied unit shows up and is sitting next to one of your cities, don't trust them not to just arbitrarily start a fight and ruin your alliance and your trade rights and everything for no good reason. Over here, we see some Spanish ships showing up. I may back out of there. And you can see we still have a diplomat up here. I thought I might take a look at the situation. You can see we have two allies, the Romans and the Egyptians. It's kind of ironic. They're the guys to look out for. But most of my work has been done with diplomats and with assassins and spies and money and building your infrastructure. Okay, you can see this is pretty self-explanatory again. The reason I put that little screen out in front of Carthage there is to keep enemy troops from landing there, but one of them managed to get through it anyway, so I don't know how effective that was. There's a large navy, friendly. This army here is starting to get a little worrisome. Plus these guys over here, I hate them. I really would like to kill that dude. The Greeks seem to have backed away. And everything looks okay. So, we'll see you guys for the next turn. This is the end of turn 3. I'd like to add a special thanks to Watcher of the Lich, Biscuits, Strategic Gaming 22, Spam Q Gamers, Coda, hey, Websitburger707, The Last Roman, LB Showboat0099, and the rest of you guys out there playing this game, and especially you Numidian campaigners. Good luck. You guys take it easy and we'll see you.